Hello everyone, today we're going to be bleeding a Shimano Z brake. To do a full bleed, you'll need funnel, stopper, holder, brake fluid, a 2.5mm Allen key, and whatever Allen key you use to adjust this bar screw. But you now need a tube to fit over the bleed port, and also a plastic bag to put the waste in. You'll also need a little wrench, pretty small, for the outer of the bleed port. Now here's the first thing you need to do to do a full bleed. Put your wrench on here, put it up there because you're going to be turning it that way to release the screw. Then you put your hose on the bleed nipple like that. Now here's the plastic bag in the hose and that. Make sure the lever is level, then tighten the screw so that you can still move it. Undo the bleed screw like so. Don't lose it. Make sure that little rubber grommet is on the end. Now make sure your stopper's in and put some hydraulic fluid into there. Now thread your funnel with the mineral oil onto the bar lightly. Let it catch its own threads. Back it off if it's feeling like it's getting rounded, and just do that onto there so that it's nice and firm. Not too tight, just firm. Now undo the funnel stopper with like a circle motion, like that. Put this in a little bowl there, and put the brake lever. Some bubbles will come out. And what you want to do is come down here and undo the bleed screw. Undo the bleed screw like that. Make sure this doesn't come off. And some little fluid will start coming out. Now that's black, so that's not good. It's supposed to look like, it's supposed to be a red colour. Now, if yours is coming out black, don't worry, because that's pretty normal. All the times that I've had to do a full bleed of these brakes, it's always come out black, and that's within about a 6-month time frame. Now keep on doing that till red stuff comes out of the brakes. So I'm just pumping the lever here, and keep an eye on the level. You know, make sure that's nice and topped up. Never let it go past right there, because then you'll be putting air bubbles into the system. And keep on checking to make sure that this doesn't come off, because if it comes off, you'll get brake fluid all over your disc and pads, and they'll be squeaking like a violin. Now this is the colour you want to see coming out. A nice reddish colour, the same colour as the oil up here. Not as red, but that'll be good. Now what you want to do, just do that a couple more times. Let those air bubbles come out. Let's see, some air bubbles in the system. You don't really want any air bubbles. If there's a couple little ones, it's fine, but yeah, you don't really want any air bubbles because you have very squishy brakes. Yeah. There's not much coming out now, so I'm going to close the bleed screw, the bleed port. Oh shit. Yeah guys, that's what you don't want to happen. So that's just fallen off. No oil's gotten anywhere, but I'm gonna just get a tissue or something, or a rag. Just clean that off. Now, if you've got, make sure this is nice and tight. Now, if you've got brake cleaner, that's a really, really good tool. Because if something like this happens, it could save your brakes. So you just want to spray a bit on there. This is alcohol based, so it just evaporates. Now you want to go up to your lever here, and that's not super low. This is okay because we're just doing a lever bleed now. And then I'm going to keep pumping them nice and so they're nice and firm. Make your reach adjustment so that your lever goes out. Rubber grommet falling off screw. Like that. Alright, so that's feeling really firm when I've just undone that heaps. I think what happens after time is the screw in here, this screw, right there, I think that starts to wear out, which makes it feel squishy, like this. And these brakes are pretty old. But yeah, there's no air bubbles coming out. So you want to do is going to move this down like that. Give your lines a tap. Now you're going to see if there's any air bubbles coming out. Air bubbles are not good. Keep in mind, hydraulic fluid is very corrosive, so you don't want to get it anywhere. And no bubbles. Now do the other way. This wants to go the other way. No, the shift is blocking it. But yeah, just doing it like that. No bubbles. Alright, so now there's no bubbles. You want to get your plunger, put it in there, unscrew this out. Put it in your funnel holder. Get your Allen key with your little, I can't see the O-ring on there actually, so I'm gonna have to find it. Now you want to make sure you don't lose this, because that took me half an hour to find this little tiny thing. But if you don't have that, then you can mess your whole, I don't know what would happen, but it won't be good because you need that to have a nice seal. So now I'm going to put this on there. Now I've got the O-ring on there, so now I can put it in the lever. Now you just want to pop it in there. There's a little bit of fluid that leaked out just then. No worries. Wipe that off and clean it. Make sure it's firm, not too tight, because if you strip this bolt, it's an absolute arse to remove. Now clean your lever because it can corrode. Now get some, spray a bit on there, and get a clean rag and wipe your lever like that. And now put your lever to where you had it before. I had it slammed. Now adjust your lever reach to how you like it. Now your brakes should feel really nice and firm, and yeah, they should perform nicely. Thanks for watching, and yeah, also don't forget to safely get rid of this. So don't put it down a drain because it'll kill whatever, you know, goes in it. Put this in, just put it in your bin, you know. You should be right. Just make sure this is sealed and stuff, and then yeah, you should be right. Yeah. This is your worst nightmare. Now it's really simple to get rid of that noise. Basically, take your pads out, sand them down, and then put them back in, clean off your rotor with some alcohol or disc brake cleaner, put them back in, then ride down some hills. They'll squeak for a bit, but then they should, once they have what they call bedded in, they'll feel great. And if that doesn't work, get your pads out, sandpaper them, then get some boiling hot water, put it in a cup that you don't like, and stick them in there for 10 minutes, take them out without touching them, and put them back into your caliper, and sand your disc down a little bit so that it's a clean surface. And then after that, then you'll have to bed in your brakes, and then they should be working good then. But yeah, as you saw, I got mineral oil on my caliper a little bit. That must have made its way into the brake pads, so now I've got squeaky brakes.